Sunny TV Arsenal, and we're back. Hello Facebook, hello YouTube, and hello everyone watching around the world. Just want to say hello to our channel partners, Arsenal page, Arsenal Inside Out. Big up you guys in Nigeria, and also the Gunners Social Group. Big up you guys in Nigeria. Guys, you know what to do. Please go to YouTube, press the subscribe button, because there's a lot of content that you're missing out on. And once you do, once there's 2,000 of you lovely people, you could join us on this podcast and represent from Nigeria, like Kanu did, like Iwobi did. Be the next ones. Introducing my guests. Firstly, you got to be crazy to be a gooner, but this is one of the craziest. Crazy gooner, Eddie, big up yourself.
Hello everyone. Good evening. Thanks for having me on, guys.
You're welcome, bruv. And who, me? No, not me. This man's got this man's a person in his own right. Mark, how you doing, bruv? You good?
Evening, yeah. Perfect here. Looking forward to a good show and a good discussion.
Before I come to my partner on the channel, just want to say a big hello to everyone in the comments. Let's give a few shout outs. Melvin Marks is the other one for our trio. Big up yourself, Melvin. Mission mate. Tom Gooner, Football with Brownie, Gunner Dread, Mr. Arsenal podcast, good podcast, go check him out. Robin, Ryan, big up yourselves, all of you. Masters of 22, the other Ryan, and we're back, boys. We're back, and I'm back. I'm not black, but I'm back. Speaking of black, black is beautiful, and unless you're a policeman in America, and it's not beautiful at all. So. Just want to pay my respects to another loss of life over in America, and you know what? As far as I'm concerned, all these riots are very much justified. It's not on in this day and age. Big up yourself, go. Hey, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good, man. I'm good, and I just want to introduce on today's show, guys. As you can see, we're gonna obviously talk about Aubameyang, Tierney. We're gonna talk about Mesut Ozil being dropped by Adidas. We're gonna talk about another Arsenal transfer. Target coming from the championship, the story about Thomas Partey, is it a party or is it not? The Swedish kid that Man City wants. If we honestly get into a tug race with Man City, we're probably going to lose. Another Turkish target that we might go after. We're going to be discussing him today. Another target that we might get after also, Max Aarons. Is this the end for Bellerin? Will Max Aarons be coming in? And also Charlton 6-0 for Arsenal. Should we get excited? Should this actually be a big deal? And last but not least, can you guys actually see Tierney going to Leicester? But yeah, that's my intro for the beginning. Where do you guys want to start?
I'm sure one of these people was sitting. One of them lot was sitting in my seat at the Emirates. You know what? Let's start with 6-0 game. Let's start with 6-0 game. Because I'll tell you something. If that's what football is like with no fans, boy. That is disgusting. That was horrible. That was actually horrible. Guys, what do you think?
Well, do you know what? Yeah, I didn't watch the game live. Obviously, I saw the highlights of it, and it's hard to take it seriously. Not just because it was Charlton that we're playing against, but I mean, do you know what? It looked worse than a friendly. It looked worse than a pre-season friendly. The only positive thing I can take from it, not the result. You know, like away from home, we've been bottlers. Maybe because there'd be no fans there, we might actually get a few wins. It might start working to our benefit. But as a whole, football without fans doesn't look right, doesn't sound right, and do you know what? It doesn't feel right. So it's going to be interesting next couple of months to actually see how we adapt to it. They have in Germany, but I think for me, it just don't feel right.
You know what? I think if I didn't have to, I wouldn't watch it. I actually wouldn't watch it. You know, it's
right.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like. It's like going to the cinema, and you're the only one in there, and you've watched the adverts and left.
Sonny.
Seriously, there's no main event at all. You just watch the adverts. You can guarantee if that was a proper game, if that was a cup game against Charlton, we'd have probably lost it as well.
Oh man, Humi, what do you think?
Look, 6-0. hat-trick, Nketiah, Tierney back, a couple of players back. It was just a friendly behind closed doors. I do fear that when the Premier League's back, a lot of people are not going to be happy with no fans. I don't know if it's to do with the stadiums here and Germany. Germany stadiums, you can maybe get away with it with the way they're built, where there's no fans there. But here, in vast stadiums like that, it's going to look very, very bad to me and very boring. I'm with the same situation. I will watch it, but I'm not going to be that bothered until the start of next season.
No,
it's not really. It just doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel exciting at all. You know,
guys, give Lacazette, Aubameyang, Eddie. These guys, they scored some nice goals, and it was nice to see some football being played, even though it was a friendly. Like, yes, Lacazette had the first shot, and outside the box. If that was a regular game, we would have said Lacazette scored a screamer. Aubameyang kind of got lucky, but he curved it around the net. And then Eddie's hat trick. It just goes to show you, man, these guys, they have a good opportunity to play the rest of the game with the rest of the season with 5 substitutes. So I'm very happy.
I would say the one thing I am excited about is if he's going to play Tierney at left back, Saka at left wing, and then you've got maybe Bellerin on the right with Pepe. That is just pure pace and skill on both wings. And in a way, that takes away the Ozil factor because you'll play with the wing play like Man City do with Sterling and De Bruyne and all of that pace going down the wings.
Maitland-Niles plays one half of a game and apparently he's the answer to Arsenal's midfield.
Mate,
you know, it's actually ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
He'll be gone in the summer. He'll be gone.
Yeah.
He got the assist for the first goal. He was playing in the midfield.
Boys, I saw Laka's goal, yeah? All right. I know you was saying if that was a regular game, we're saying a scream up, mate. The goalie didn't even move. Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like you're playing a computer game, you take control of the keeper and you're not even looking what you're doing. The keeper didn't even move, weren't even in the corner, man.
You know what? Dana Forever. I love you to give me some lessons on Arsenal, mate. I've been watching Arsenal for 40 years, unfortunately. I love you to give me some lessons on Arsenal. What lessons do you want to give me on Arsenal? How shit they are. What lessons do you want me to give? Yeah, seriously.
I was going to say about the fans from Carroll. I live in flats with 2 doctors, and they said they'll be surprised if there's any fans even next season at the grounds.
Ooh.
They're saying that it would be mega risky if they was to have any fans next season as well, let alone this season.
True.
Until at least the end of 2021.
Wow.
I don't know because the Euros are going to go ahead next year. They will go ahead. Yeah, maybe that'll be the first time fans actually get to go to games because they won't host that competition without fans. That's a global.
Do you know what? Where is the Euros next year?
It's all over, Sonny. It's a special one. They're doing all different countries.
It's in like different countries.
Oh yeah, Eddie, get your passport ready, bro. Get your passport ready, bro. Get your passport ready. Your Turkey flag ready, bro. We'll go to some games.
I got tickets, and I was meant to go this week to the opening game, Stadio Olimpico, Turkey v Italy.
Why didn't you go?
Don't know. They decided they want to host it. But they've got to win it. They've got to. That's where they're gonna have to start letting fans in. I think.
How much was your ticket? How much was the ticket for that?
50 quid.
And so that would have been in Italy, would it?
Yeah, Stadio Olimpico, opening game. I went to the Euros before, same price, 50 quid. The ticket was about 100 quid on the plane. So all in all, about 250 quid. Not bad.
Turkey, Italy, opening game. The closest I got to Euros was sitting on the line in Trafalgar Square.
Yeah, Sonny, Joseph's comment here, I think he agrees with you. Same people were saying Inter Milan now is not good enough are now apparently saying shows playing what? Apparently he's the answer because he's played well against Charlton.
A bit of sarcasm there. Yeah.
I think the only reason he will stay is he can play right back, left back, centre mid, on the wings, and he will be a squad player for 25. If there's a player that's not going to push the first team and get angry, it's Maitland-Niles, and you're going to have a few average players who can play different positions. So the only reason he will stay is because he's a squad player.
Is this a good thing though? This whole time that has passed, Arteta gets to know his players. He gets to actually have a preseason with the players somewhat, but he actually gets time to work with them.
Mate, you know what? You could be like seven dwarves working with these players. You know, you could go to work. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. But I'll tell you that it still won't get any better. Still won't get any better.
He hasn't had that much time to work with them, really. They've been in lockdown. They've only recently started going back to training.
True.
Thing is, you know, with Maitland-Niles, right? His biggest problem is attitude. He don't like playing right back. That's what he's blatantly come out and said. He doesn't like playing right back. He wants to play midfield. Well, sorry, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're not good enough. You're not good enough. He needs to sort out his attitude, and then he could be like a Darren Fletcher was to Man United. He wasn't a best player, but his attitude, he applied himself well. And every club, I agree, does need that, and we could do it for them. However, it's down to him, isn't it?
Callum Feather's been on Cardi tonight. Sunny, your views on Arsenal are shambles. There are specific players who you slay, even though they play well. No one's played. What are you talking about? No one's played. What are you on about?
I think he's trying to wind you up.
But there's been a pandemic in this world. Which planet are you on?
Okay, guys, I want to move on to the next topic. I honestly think the 6-0 wasn't something we need to speak about for long. But honestly, if you have any closing remarks, let me know. What do you think about anything else you need to add on that game?
Yeah, it should have been
My personal opinion is 6-0. It's a good confidence boost for a couple of weeks' time. And from what I can tell or what I've read, he's changed up the tactics and he's moved away from the usual 4-2-3-1 and the Saka-Tierney combo on the left. You know, you can see where he's probably going with this now. That time that we've had off has maybe, as you say, been a blessing where he can start getting the tactics that he wants across rather than working with the players since he's come into the club and just getting...
I know you support Man United, but Darren Fletcher can't play football, bruv.
Sonny, you got a question here. What does Torreira do?
Well, it's supposed to be Arsenal's holding midfielder. It's supposed to be best holding midfielder in Europe, isn't it? Yeah. I
don't think anyone says that. I think it's just because the World Cup got people gassed.
Yeah. Anyone who can make one tackle, apparently they're the answer to Arsenal's problems.
Yeah,
I think it's different with Torreira. It just shows how low we've saying he's a good player, but if you go back to even 10 years, he's a squad player for Arsenal.
True.
Now we're singing about it, right? Do you know what I mean? It's all ranting and raving. He's not that good.
Yeah, he was a big star at Sampdoria, but here, small fish in a big pond, in my opinion. I think he's way out of his depth now. For top 4 title-winning midfielder, he's not the answer. Decent, again, squad player level, but he's not going to be anything special for me.
Yeah, guys, go check it out. We've done a video on Torreira already about him. If he doesn't want to stay, let him leave. Because if AC Milan come calling and they want to pay that 35 million, put that money towards Pate, in my opinion. But hey, Crazy Gunnar, what do you think about this guy? Do you know about him? Apparently, Arsenal are willing to make a $23 million bid to Feyenoord about this Turkish midfielder.
Yeah, Orkun Kokcu, 19-year-old attacking midfielder. They're calling him Little Messi, but they're actually calling him that in Holland.
What?
Yeah, he's very skillful. He's only 5'9", so a bit taller than him. Very attacking. I've only seen him play a few times this season, more the back end of last. Very attack minded. I haven't seen him his passing range too much, but he's very hands on ain't the right word. But on the ball, there's got a lot of flair about him.
Yeah. A
bit lightweight. So, I mean, for 23 million this day and age, it's not a lot of money unless you're Arsenal. I mean, most teams will take a hit on 23 million for a young player. I mean, if we're going to spend that money on a young player, I don't think you can really go a lot worse than him. So, if there is truth in that rumour, I would be excited. Turkey and the Netherlands at the moment having a battle about who he'll actually play for. Because Turkey obviously going to probably give him more time.
For me, you don't stand out for me personally. No, yeah. I mean the geezer's got skill.
Santi Cazorla
he's not a centre replacement because he plays further forward. He's not. He's supposed to be if anything, it'd be an Ozil replacement.
Ozil.
Yeah, it'd be an Ozil replacement. For me, don't stand out. Yeah, ain't blessed with lightning pace. He's good on the ball. Plays a little football here and now. He can take a player on, but nothing special. Nothing special.
You've got to think 23 million for Holland. Anything in Holland is big money. Other than if you're looking at Van den Beek, Neres of Ajax, anything from Ajax or PSV, but Feyenoord level, 23 million's top level for them. So you're paying top price for a guy.
I remember there was a Luis Suarez went to Liverpool for 22 million.
Yeah. I mean, Suarez was class at Ajax, but I mean, to me, if you're playing for Ajax, Feyenoord, or PSV in Holland, you're basically winning every game, unless you're unlucky, 4-5, 6-0. So you're constantly got 70-80% of the ball, 70-80% all day. Yeah, you're playing. Remember that Ajax and Feyenoord are playing in grounds where there's 2,000 people, 5,000 attendance in some of the teams in the top division in Holland. It's a totally different world. But if he's got the ability, and if he can join the midfield and the attack, 23 million, you might as well take the risk.
Yeah, he's no Van de Beek, but hey, those kind of players don't always come out of nowhere, right? Sometimes I think if the club have money, they should put all the money on Partey and focus on getting that deal done, because he would be the answer for a lot of our issues. And I think a lot of us agree that Thomas Partey is a must for us over this guy.
You know what? Kind of further's on one. What you sitting on the toilet having diarrhea or something tonight? I was saying, Sunny, why do you always talk over people when they give their opinions? Wonder why anyone on AFTV rate you and they don't want you to invite you on your channel. Well, basically you're an AFCB virgin, so just piss off this one. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, he's always
got about 60 million less for Havertz than what we want to spend.
Yeah.
Got no chance for Havertz.
Okay, let me just mention this kid. There's a Swedish kid that apparently we're after. The Swedish kid is they're calling him a Swedish wonderkid, and they're saying Arsenal's willing to make a move for him, and Man City's also looking to make a move for him. I'm not exactly sure what kind of profile player he is, but Arsenal seem to be going after these random kids, and if Man City's after him, I don't think we're ever going to beat Man City to a player. Do you guys?
They're wonderkids, isn't they?
I'm just looking at him now, if I know the name.
Yeah. What reminds me of? You know what reminds me when I keep mentioning these wonderkids? You remember, X-Men?
Yeah.
When X-Men, when Dr. Xavier, whatever his name is, he goes to university and all these wonderkids are floating about doing their magic. That's what Arsenal getting their players for.
They're playing too much Football Manager as well.
This guy's like, please, no more wonder kids. Yeah, Football Manager has everyone as a wonder kid. It's hilarious.
Listen,
okay.
These kids are moving to Arsenal at the moment, right? Is not a good fit for them, other than a financial thing, and it's not a good move for us. We don't actually have anything to offer kids in terms of progression. They've got no one to look up to. Yeah. Aubameyang may not be there. Other than that, you can't who do you look at and think, wow, I'm going to learn from this player? Mate, you're all bang average. That's what we are. So enough kids, man. We start getting some experience in and getting some men that can at least make us solid.
You know what? Yeah. Let's if you're one kid in Europe, right, and you're going to go into Arsenal under 23s, for instance, you're going to go and play under Steve Bold. And who really wants to go and play under Steve Bold, for God's sake? Where's the inspiration to go and play under Steve Bold? And the head of the academy is who? Per Mertesacker. Two of the most boringest players in the history of Arsenal. You've hardly got someone with a bit of flair in there. What's Steve Bold going to tell you to do?
My personal opinion is the day that Pat Rice left as assistant manager and Bold took over as assistant manager is the day that it all went wrong. Not just about the players and the transfers and Wenger, but the day that Bold took over from Rice, the whole thing changed for me for the first time.
What about this? Well, Bellerin leaves. Is Max Aarons the solution to our right back issue?
If Bellerin left, definitely.
You guys would take him for 30 million? Do you think he's worth 30 million?
Yeah. If you could sell Bellerin for 30 million and get him 30, I'd take the chance. I think Bellerin's finished before he even started.
I'll give 30 million just to get rid of Bellerin.
Oh man, let's be realistic though. Do you think the club will actually give up on Bellerin? And also, with the deal that they've already made for Cedric, do you think they're going to keep Cedric instead of actually paying the money for? Do you see them doing the deal and getting a Max Aaron over the line?
No.
Because I don't see that.
No, only if Bellerin goes, but they won't keep Cedric at all.
Oh, really?
We'll sign a midfielder, yeah. I believe if Aubameyang leaves, we'll sign a striker. No one too high, and it'll be a midfielder, Partey. And I think that's if we're lucky, because there's no money really going around, and even when there is, we don't really spend. So
yeah, Joseph, I think we did a whole video on this, didn't we, Sonny? Players you'd keep.
Yeah, last video that was actually a good video. Last video you done as well.
Yeah, so guys need to go check that out. Sonny's already done a video on how many players he'd keep. And yo, Baz, last stream you made us cry. You're literally one of those 15 warriors who stayed on for an hour, just commenting hilarious stuff. But yeah, Max Aaron, we don't think it's gonna happen. We're here to debunk the fake news because a lot of this stuff is fake news. But hey, one thing
if they go down now, he will get a big transfer. I think him, 100%. Who's the left back? Lewis at Norwich.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis.
Bendia, the playmaker. I'd have a look at him, and presumably Pookie up the top. So there'll be a few players that will go from them.
Don't forget Cantwell.
The top clubs.
Yeah, Norwich is going to get raided at the moment that happens.
And Villa, if they go down.
But let's talk about this guy, Mesut Ozil. First, Mercedes drops him after he left Germany, and he said he's not playing for the international anymore. And now ADIDAS apparently are not renewing his contract, and he is now focusing on promoting his own brand. And ADIDAS are no longer going to pick up the remainder of their new deal with him. So what do you think? Basically, ADIDAS and Mercedes have both turned their back on Ozil.
Do you think he actually cares though?
No,
do you actually care?
It's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think he does.
No, he's got he's made his money. He's made his money. He's coming to the end of his career. I don't think he's that bothered, is he?
No. If anything, I think it will give him an easier way out now. The fact that he hasn't got the sponsorship lingering over him, probably a bit less pressure.
Yeah, I remember fans like that Virgin Gunner Forever was saying when he gets a number 10 shirt, he'll be a completely different player. What's changed? Nothing. Yeah, how many people are saying when he gets the M10, he'll be a completely different player? He'll be the Ozil we'll want. It doesn't make no difference at all. People reaching.
Yeah, is Arsenal next to axe him? Like he's been axed by Mercedes, Germany, and ADIDAS. Now who's next?
He earns too much.
Appreciate Mesut Ozil because basically he's playing his last games for Arsenal now, isn't he? Really.
Ozil is, I personally think that he's never lived up to the potential since the day he signed here. I really don't. Not compared to when he was at Real Madrid, but then Spanish football's a lot easier. It's a lot more slower. It's a lot more skillful. People bashing into him and hacking down his legs, but I don't think that he's been. If I was to compare him to the similar position as David Silva, totally different world.
You know what? When you think about it, in modern times, he's the biggest name we've signed here. In modern times, the biggest name we've signed for Arsenal ever. Forget Bergkamp and all that. Ozil was supposed to have been at the top of his game when he came from Real Madrid. So that's to me the biggest name we've signed. And the fact that there's even a debate over it means he hasn't performed. You can't get 50% of people saying that he's been great, 50% of people saying he's been terrible. If he's been that great, it just doesn't happen. Which goes to show he hasn't performed.
I don't know what happened at that World Cup, but obviously they went out in the group stage, didn't they? Germany, 2018, and ever since then, it looks like he's just fallen off the face of the earth a bit.
Yeah, but that was another thing. That was another thing as well, though, Mark. When he had all that, when he was getting slated in Germany, and all this racism thing was going around as well. And Arsenal welcomed him with open arms. That was supposed to be another kickstart for his Arsenal career. The fact that he was loved at Arsenal. How many more kickstarts does this geezer want? Till he actually does anything.
How much is the money from Mercedes and Adidas he's lost? Do you know?
I think I'm not exactly sure, man, but I think he's going to be promoting his own brand. So he's going to be doing everything. He's going to be making his own. He's going to be making more money if people actually buy his own stuff from him.
He will sell a lot. He will sell a lot because the charity work he does, isn't as a person, he's amazing. Yeah, you can't take that away from him. He does a lot.
Mate, who's gonna buy stuff? Who's gonna buy stuff other than Muslims and Arsenal fans, bruv?
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. Yeah, I'll tell you when he lost it though. Yeah, going back to what you guys were saying, 2018, he lost it when Sanchez left, mate. He was not the same player after Alexis left. Sanchez, give me the ball, I'll score. See, give me the ball, I'll score. I'll make players were scared of Sanchez, so who can Ozil give it to? We got Aubameyang, he don't play it through, so he's lost it. He's this whole deal. He can go now wherever he wants without the rights of the sponsors hanging over him. We all know he's on his last days at Arsenal, and I think like he said, he's going to bring his own brand out, and I think he still wins, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, if you think back to when he was at Real Madrid, like as I was saying earlier about Real Madrid, Barca, Ajax, Feyenoord, every single game they have 70-80% of the possession. Man City, 70-80%. So like
Arsenal used to once. Arsenal used to once.
That's what I was about to literally say. So if we was a few years ago, in the days when we had 60-70% of the possession, he would be the man. Phenomenal. Now, there's games that we don't even have 30% possession.
Yeah, you made some fans crazy, Gunnar.
There's no point having a guy like him with 30% possession. It's just pointless, But if you change the style of play back to where we was, or a Man City, he's still got the potential to do damage. Potential.
Has he got that hunger anymore? Has he got? I don't think he's got that hunger. I
don't think he's had hunger for a lot of years.
He hasn't got that. He hasn't got that hunger, and I think even if you go back to Madrid, he had better players around him. He could give the ball, and they could make things happen. We don't have the player that you can give the ball to and think. Pepe is probably the only one. I don't think we've seen the max out of him. Yeah, whether he'll make it or not is another story. But he's played with players well. When you give them the ball, they can dribble around someone or hit one from 30 yards. We do not have that. And he needs to go MLS or Saudi Arabia. Not joking.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he went to MLS and went missing there as well.
What?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No MLS club besides DC United would actually pay that money for him.
Bruv, if he went to MLS, he'll get lost in the desert, bruv. I'm telling you.
But he's going to go to Saudi Arabia. Watch. He's going to go to Saudi Arabia, right? Where they pay big money there as well for some players now. Right? Yeah. He suits him. He suits him because the culture will suit him. And they've got so much money over there, they'll probably buy his brand.
I just think he's going to ride out his contract. 350 grand a week for another 2-3 years.
Yeah, why would you leave? Why would you leave?
No, there's no reason for him to leave unless he's got
all the next season. After next season, that's it. He's done and he's finished Arsenal.
Yeah.
So basically, technically, he's got 1 year after this season. So technically, we've got 38 games of Ozil, league games, as if he played every game.
So bye-bye Ozil. Bye-bye Ozil. And Adidas and Mercedes already said bye, so Arsenal's next. Let's talk about this guy from Brentford. Apparently, we're going to face Brentford in a friendly. We might set up a friendly, and that might be a game where we could actually see him firsthand. So anyone actually know about this guy? And what have you guys heard about him? Because I think I've heard that he's a young, Algerian or Moroccan? He's Algerian, right?
I know this guy. This guy's young little winger, highly rated. He will be on the move to a big club, I think, in the summer. 100%.
Why do we need another winger?
He's a creator. I'm not saying he's out-and-out winger. He's an inside forward. He can move around from what I've seen of him and know of him. He would be the real deal.
He's 24 years old. He's 24 years old, right?
Yeah, he's a young kid.
Yeah.
He's 24 years old. If he's 24, if he's 24, he's still at Brentford. It means he's shit.
Yeah. Why has no one picked him up already? That would be my only concern. Yeah.
You could say
Yeah,
that about a lot.
I think you spelled that wrong anyway, Gal. Go back on that. It says Arsenal made contact with you. You said Arsenal made contact with Banana, not Brahma.
No, Brahma.
Yeah, 24 from Brentford.
What you were just saying about do we need any more wingers? The way I look at it is you need 2 players for every position. So if you've got a squad of 25, you need 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 or 5 centre backs, 3 goalkeepers, 4 strikers, 2 left wing, 2 right wing. At the moment, I'm not counting Reece Nelson as a winger. All I think we've got at the moment is Saka and Pepe. I'm not counting Nketiah. He can go.
We got David Lewis, whatever his name is. What was his name? He coming the other day.
There's no way I'm paying 20 million for him.
We've got that Lewis geezer. What's his name? David Lewis?
Fred Lewis?
Lewis?
George Lewis. George Lewis, Mickey Mouse Lewis.
From the 10th division of Belgium, yeah.
Let's not forget about Martinelli, yeah? Let's not forget about Martinelli.
Or Saka, or Nelson, or what do you call it? All the other guys that we have coming up.
Martinelli is Aubameyang's replacement.
Good shout. Now, Aubameyang was the next guy that I was going to speak about. 1 second.
Look at certain players in the squad now, give them a chance, but they've not moved us on. They've not improved us,
Guys, Brendan Rodgers wants Kieran Tierney, and apparently Aubameyang has been rejecting a deal since December. What's the likelihood of both of them staying until next season?
Aubameyang, I'd put him on the next plane, mate. Put him on the next plane.
One second. Crazy Gunnar. What's the percentage chance that they both stay next season?
That they both stay, I'd probably say that they actually both stay is 70%. Aubameyang 50-50, Tierney is 100% staying. I cannot see him leaving yet.
Who, me?
I think the club's invested too much in him.
Yeah, true. Who, me? What do you think? Percentage? What's the chance they both stay next year?
Both stay? I would say next season, 70%, 75%. I think that Tierney definitely will stay. And I think Aubameyang, the club will decide either cash in on him or run the risk like they did with Van Persie or Sanchez and see if they can, if he can do something for them.
True. And Sonny, what's your percentage chance that they both stay for next season?
I think there's 100% Aubameyang's going to stay because I think he's going to stay and just play out his last year's contract because that's what I'll do if I was him. And get a big sign-on fee, and I think that's 100% of him staying. I don't think he's going anywhere. And Tierney, I think he'll go to Leicester.
Wow!
I honestly think he'll go to Leicester. I think Arsenal think they've got the backup at left back, and it's one player they could make money off. And you know what? Apart from crossing the ball, I don't think he's as good as people think he is. Personally.
Sonny,
if he's going to move Saka back to left back, then Tierney will go.
I don't think Tierney is a defender. Tierney is a defender. He's not as good as people think he is. I'm telling you. But I'll keep him. Don't get me wrong. He's better than what we got. But he's not as good as what people think he is. And by the end of next season, well, they'll be lucky if they get 25 million for him. But the thing is,
money back.
Yeah, I think they'll be lucky if they get the money back. But the thing is, I can honestly see a lot of people getting on Tierney's back next end of next season because I think he's going to be found wanting in a lot of defending. The step up from Celtic to Premier League is different. He ain't as good as a defender as people think he is. I'm telling you. You watch.
Sonny, I agree with Baz. I think you need to give him a chance, man. I don't think give him a chance, right? If he keeps getting injured and that, then you're gonna have to move him on anyway because you're gonna have to take your cut.
I don't think he's injury prone though. I don't think he's injury prone. I think he came to us with an injury and then he picked up a fake one. But I just think going forward, the geezer's put some excellent costing in. But I think defensively he will be found wanting because Arsenal as a team, they can't defend as a team, and basically they just highlight people's mistakes.
But if he's going to go for an attacking style of football like Man City, you're going to leave the gaps. I mean, if you look at Man City with who is it, Benjamin Mendy on the left?
Yeah, Mendy.
I mean, he's more forward sometimes than Aguero. On the, so I'm thinking, is he going to go for the mentality of if we keep the possession, we keep the ball? I think he said it when he first came. If you've got the ball, you can't lose. Even George Graham used to say that. You start the game with 1 point, no matter what happens.
Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Tagliafico? Would you rather have Tagliafico, or would you rather have Tierney?
Tagliafico all day, every day.
All day long.
He's tidy. He just. Do you know Tagliafico? What it reminds me of? Yeah, it reminds me of Loren at right back. Right, nothing amazing. Nothing amazing. Does his job. You're getting a 7 out of 10 from every game. Works his socks off. Right, and he's there. He's there, and he might do one thing amazing at a time, but he's not really going to cost you anything. And I think, like I was talking about before, it's the kind of players that we need. We need these kind of players now that are going to just give us a bit of a solid platform to actually build in the future. So, Tagliafico all day, every day for me.
Yeah,
I would rather have Saka at left back and have Martinelli at left wing.
Some people agree with that too.
You've got Gaya at Valencia. Is it Grimaldi at Benfica? You've got options at left back. Yeah, you've got options. If they sell Chilwell for 60, 70 million to Chelsea, if that's where he's going, then you've got to be asking for 35, 40 million for Tierney.
100%.
You can't sell him for the same value of what we bought him for.
Can I say one thing though? I heard, guys, let me jump in here. I heard from Football Brownie, he was telling me that Ben Chilwell to Chelsea, if it does happen, there is an agreement in Tierney's contract that if another club, if Brendan Rodgers comes calling from Leicester, it's pre-agreed that Arsenal will be willing to sell if that happens. Basically, they had a handshake agreement where he'd be, if someone else came in calling for him and Arsenal were willing to make the profit off, they're making a little bit of profit on the deal, they'll do it, but they won't take a loss.
He might have a release clause.
I don't believe that.
I don't think it's anything to do with Rodgers. He might have a release clause, but you don't say, if a certain manager comes calling for me, I can go.
I don't believe that either.
You think there's a release clause?
Anyway, still want to go to Leicester.
They're saying it might have been pre-agreed that they would put a release clause in his contract.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was also pre-agreed that they'll let what's his name go as well, Koscielny, till it came down to it, and they went back on it. So I don't believe in none of these gentlemen's handshakes.
We never found out the truth about Koscielny, whether it's true or not, did we?
It probably was true, wasn't it? They probably went back on it, didn't they?
From Arteta's mouth, we heard him say that Kieran Tierney is an important player to him and he likes him. This is that when he was doing an interview with.
He's not going to say shit, though, is he? He ain't going to say shit, and he's going to say.
No, but when you hear stuff like that, don't you think he? And also, he was part of the starting team that started against Charlton. So I don't know. What do we take from the friendly games? Should we take anything away from the friendly games when we see these players playing?
I would just want to say I don't even think it was even Emery wanted Tierney. At no point do I think that a guy who could barely speak the language, who had basically given up on the club anyway, thought to himself, I tell you what, my number one signing I want to be is a left back from Celtic, who barely played for Celtic, who was injured anyway.
And not only that, it took him so long. Yeah, and it took him so long to put the deal together as well. It took him so long to put the deal together. I don't think he was their main priority. He wasn't their main priority at all. If they wanted him, they would have went out and put money on the table and bought him.
No, I heard he was injured. They knew he was injured. So what they did was, instead of having to sign a new contract and pay him for the rest of the window, they left it to the end of the window, knowing that how much they had to pay, and they just did it on the last day of the window, so they didn't have to pay him from the beginning of the window to that end. They saved that money from that little bit. They're being super cheap.
What a mess.
That's believable. That's believable.
Yeah. What do you call it? Okay, moving on. Aubameyang. Apparently, Aubameyang has had a deal on the table since the beginning of December, and he rejected to sign that deal. And the club this Monday offered him a new deal with better terms from the one that they offered in December. So should we start getting excited that Aubameyang's going to sign a deal, or what do you guys think?
Why would you want to sign? Why would you sign? Why would you sign if it was him? What's Arsenal got to offer?
Nothing.
Do you want to keep
more money elsewhere? The only thing he gets at Arsenal is the main man. Unfortunately, being the main man, He's not going to get a legend status because, let's be honest, I don't think we're winning anything anytime soon, right? We're not going to sign anyone else to complement him directly. And he's coming to the later side of his career now, where his next move, his next contract is pretty much...
It's a money move, isn't it? It's a money move, yeah.
Listen, if you're him, you have to go, man. You have to go.
Do we want to have another Ozil on our hands here, where we're going to have a 30, 34-year-old striker, yeah, on 350,000 a week? Are we going to have the same conversation in 2-3 years' time? Because once his pace is gone, that's it. It's over. You can now tell he's the captain of this club, yeah? Vieira, Adams, McLintock, go through all the ages. And this is your leader? Who's not even 4 months, 6 months now? You're sending me a contract?
Have we seen any of his pace? We've seen his pace, have we? When have we ever seen Aubameyang's pace playing for Arsenal?
That's all he's got is his pace.
But I've never seen it. I've never seen him whack a ball down the line and Aubameyang's out-sprinted 3 defenders and got to the ball and started past the goalie. I haven't seen that.
I think you could put Chris Wood in this team.
He's very intelligent.
He's got 10, 15 goals a season. You could put any striker with a little bit of class or ability and they'll score 10, 15 goals because the chances that we make against the lesser teams. It's the ability of, is he a team player? Is he building up the play? Is he holding up the ball for other players to get involved? Is there anything other than the goals?
Is he overrated?
No, I don't think he's overrated. He's a top quality striker for me. But so if he wants 350 grand for 4 years, he can go.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd get rid as well, man. I'd get rid of him. I don't know how much you're going to get for him now. 30 million, maybe?
Yeah,
I think the financial situation with coronavirus and not having a lot of options for him because his options are going to run dry because of this whole coronavirus. Pre-coronavirus, I would say he would have had a lot of options. But right now, I would say I don't think he has many options as he would have going into the coronavirus situation.
Yeah, so would you risk it? Would you keep him for the season and let him go on the free next season, or would you?
No, I would sell him if I were getting at least 35 and above. But I don't think I'm getting 35 and above. I personally would get him to sign a deal similar to the terms that he have right now, with a lot of incentives that. An improved option, improved incentives, and make it a 2-year deal with a club option to extend to a third. Because I don't want to be hamstrung like the way we are with Ozil.
You know what? To be honest with you, he hasn't signed. I won't sell him either. I won't sell him because there's no player they could get who's going to score his goals. I'll just hope by January next season that we're up there challenging for the league, and then they could turn around and say to Aubameyang, "Come, we've got a chance to win the league, yeah, or not win the league. We've got a chance to get into Europe anyway, Champions League anyway. Sign your contract then, because if we're at Champions League places in January, don't forget he can sign a pre-contract agreement and go anywhere in Europe."
Here's one for you. If you was to get the 30-35 mil for him and that could go towards Partey or another defender or whatever, would you risk Lacazette and Nketiah at the top? Would you give Nketiah a chance next season?
I would do it. But what about this comment here?
It gets you the money for Partey as well.
30 million or 30 goals a season from Aubameyang? What's more valuable to a club?
The 30 million, yeah, what you got to think of, right? This is just my opinion here, obviously. If he scores 30 goals in all competitions, the shape that Arsenal are in now, we still are not winning anything. I don't even think we'll make top 4 the shape we are. We need to start from the back. Partey is more important right now for me, right? A solid DM, a proper defensive enforcer is more important than 30 goals, because we'll score 30 goals, but we'll concede. He might score a goal every game, but we'll concede 2-3 every game.
No, yeah. The thing is, they've got no what's name? They've got no goals from anywhere else.
That's people in the comments are overruling us. They're telling us we're on crack to think keeping Aubameyang makes sense. Selling Aubameyang makes sense, because everyone is saying if we lose Aubameyang, we're relegation.
Well, I didn't say sell him. I said keep him.
So you're saying keep him, let him run down his contract?
I said let him run down his contract. I'd rather he run down his contract and keep him. 30 million ain't gonna buy a top quality striker, is it?
Crazy.
I'd be looking at Real Madrid and say, can you give us Luka Jovic, please, for him? Because they probably would. Aubameyang. And that geezer will score goals. He will score goals.
Then if you got Jovic, and you don't need Lacazette, 'cause they're too similar.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jovic is probably the better player from what I've seen.
If you can get 35 million for Aubameyang, and you can get Jovic for 40, maybe 50 mil from Real, you might as well do the deal. You've got a 22-year-old striker.
You've got to be cheaper than that, though, Mark. Jovic's got to be cheaper than that. He went there for 50 million, and he flopped. So why should he's not going to stay 50 million plus in the Corona, is he?
Bro, they have a lot of strikers. They have Benzema. They have him. They have the Dominican kid. They got a lot of options up front.
Oh, Benzema's on his, Benzema's.
I heard Benzema's going to Tottenham today. I don't know about that.
Benzema's as slow as a bloody snail. He scores goals for me because of the team he's playing in. He could be like, who was the guy who went to Tottenham from Spain before? Soldado. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
From Villarreal.
Like they'll probably get Jurgen Klinsmann back anyway.
Guys,
do you guys actually believe Madrid or Barca want Aubameyang? Because I don't actually believe they do, unless it's on a free contract.
I heard he's a backup plan for Lautaro Martinez. If Barcelona cannot get Lautaro away from Inter, they will take Aubameyang on like a 3-year deal.
I don't even think it's all that. I just don't think Aubameyang's all that.
I can't see him at Real.
He can score. He can score goals, right? But what else has he got to his game? Nothing. He can't beat a man. He can't dribble. He can't. What can he actually do? He can't do nothing. He can't hold the ball.
Dembele's a good shout.
Hey,
it's a good shout in the comments.
Dembele. Former.
He's not going to win you the title. You know what I mean? He will keep. He's the same level. It's like getting Edouard from. You might as well get Edouard from Celtic, French youngster.
No, you can't even class anyone from Celtic, really. Yeah, Dembele. I think is a good shout. Not Dembele the winger, Dembele the forward.
Yeah, I love Chiro Immobile at Arsenal. That's who I'd love.
Yeah,
he's coming to the end, but he's a proper striker, man. Yeah.
Guys, we have some leftover time. I didn't think we would have this much leftover time. But tell me, what do you guys think about our next 4 games? Because I haven't done this with you guys. These are the next 4 games: Man City game, Brighton game, Southampton, and Norwich. How many points do you think we could get from those next 4 games? 7. Okay, explain.
7 or 9. I think we'll win the last 3, and the Man City game, who knows, first game back.
Okay. Crazy Gunnar?
I'll take 6 now. 6.
So you're saying we're only going to win 2. We're going to lose 2.
You know what? I'm torn in 2, right? So I'm maybe this break is good, and maybe we're not going to bottle it away from home because they've got no fans. Are they even being played in away venues, or is it neutral? Does anyone actually know? Because I haven't really looked up on it, right?
No, they're only playing. They're only playing the derbies at neutral venues like Everton, Liverpool, cool. And until Liverpool win the league, they're going to play all their games at neutral venues because they don't want them to play at home to win the league, and people start gathering outside.
Right, they're still going to gather, mate, as soon as they find out in near Anfield. But I think 6 points, boys. I just don't expect too much to change with Arsenal. I hope I'm pleasantly surprised. I really do. And I guess we're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah. Sonny.
Brighton. Who was the other team?
Okay, let me show you guys again. People in the comments also.
Brighton, Man City.
Oh, you can't see that. 1 second. What happened? Let me remove this comment. Okay, so it's Man City, Brighton, Southampton, and Norwich. Sonny, what is your prediction for those 4 games?
Lose. God knows. Toss of a coin, and a win.
So possible 9 to 9.
They should listen. It could with Arsenal, it could either be 9 points out of that, and it could be 2 points out of that. Who knows? You just don't know, do you? You just don't know what you're going to get, do you?
Danny Ings is going to go on a mad one against us.
I was going to say Southampton would be the tricky one for me. Southampton away would be the tricky one.
I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to say we get between 9 to 9 points. Honestly,
look,
3 wins.
we're ninth. We're ninth. Yeah, we're ninth in the league. We've won 3 out of 8 with Arteta. And everyone thinks that we're going to come back as Brazil 1974. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Gunner Forever and all them sort of people, mate. Wake up, bruv. Seriously. We're not just because we've had a pandemic. It doesn't mean Arsenal all of a sudden have got the X factor.
Yeah. What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know. What is he gay or saying? Honestly, what is up with him?
I have no idea.
He's so concerned about everything else, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe subscribers are shooting up because one is he's either good at what he does, or two is because he's got FTV behind him. What difference it makes to his channel? You know, who cares?
Yeah, you're blocked, Gunner Forever. Go run up.
Block him.
Anyways, guys, lineups for the Premier League. When the Premier League comes back,
Robbie Mask or something.
When the Premier League comes back, who's your front three? For me, it's Pepe, Eddie Nketiah, and Aubameyang. What's your front three?
Martinelli, Aubameyang, Pepe.
Yeah, I'm same as Sonny.
The Man City game?
Yeah, what's your front three?
He'll play the main three, I think. He'll play Aubameyang, Pepe, and then it's a toss-up between Saka on the left wing or, probably Martinelli. But I think the other games he'll change up with Nketiah at the top and Lacazette, the easier ones.
No, I think Eddie's going to start, and he's going to bring Lacazette off as an option. I don't think he's going to start him. I don't think he's going to start Lacazette, but we don't know. He could go Lacazette, Pepe, and Aubameyang up front. Midfield. What is your midfield three? For me, I think Xhaka's going to start. I know for a fact Torreira, Xhaka. No, it's going to be Ozil, Xhaka, and Ceballos.
Torreira's still injured, no?
Yeah, he just came back. It's going to be Ozil, Xhaka, and Ceballos in the midfield for me. What about you guys?
If he's building for next season, Ceballos, it's over, mate. You won't even get in there. What's the point in playing a lone player, trying to build a new style and a new formation and new tactics, and the guy's going to go back in a couple of 2-3 weeks? You might as well play the players that you're looking to the style. So to me, it would be Xhaka, probably Torreira, and I think he'll play Guendouzi.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Ainsley's done.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Joe Willock. Right.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be Torreira. Torreira, Ozil, and Xhaka in it.
Yeah, crazy Gunner.
I'd go Xhaka, Guendouzi, and I'm gonna stick my neck out here. I'd give Willock a go because he runs.
Sonny's not happy.
Listen, you know what? Yeah, I think Willock, he was starting to show a little bit. Young players, they do dip. And if you're going to give someone a go, now's the chance, man. Now's your chance. True. No pressure, no fans breathing down your neck in the stadium. Go play your football. Get in the team.
Okay. And the people in the comments are going crazy. What do you call it? Some people are saying Xhaka, Torreira, Guendouzi, Torreira, Ceballos, Ozil, Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang. Martinelli, Saka, and Aubameyang. No Pepe at all. Wow. Some crazy shout.
I mean, look, Michael's saying, I want to see Cedric. Why am I? Why? The geezer was a reserve at Southampton. What do you want to see him for?
No, maybe you just want to check him out, see what he can do. Danny Ceballos, Xhaka, and Lucas Torreira. What about that midfield? Too lightweight?
Ceballos, man, I agree. Ceballos, I'll send him home now.
I totally agree with what Mark has said.
Not playing Ozil, Facebook user.
No,
that
plays Ceballos. What was the point if he's going back in a couple of months?
We should think the same with Cedric. Same scenario. Absolutely pointless playing Cedric with 6-7 games to go, and the guy's going to go back to Southampton or go on a free transfer. You know,
he just picks up his wages for nothing. Just picks up wages for nothing.
Yeah.
Waste of time. It was like that. Who was that guy back in the day? The Swedish player came one day, got
Hellström.
Hellstrom, that was it. Yeah, injured first day on the training field. Never played.
Emma Smith
signed him
Rowe
with
is
broken
still
back,
on
didn't they?
loan. Emma Smith
Rowe, I
Rowe is
forgot
still on
about.
loan. People forgot that he's still on loan. So
I would have Smith Rowe over Nelson personally.
oh wow,
Yeah,
he's had
I'll
some
put it
good
out
games
there.
over
He's
there.
too late, isn't he?
Right,
Nelson
defense.
was still
Who's your defense? Who's your centre back pairing?
Okay, Socrates is gonna be playing right back from now on, so I'm not even touching him. He's not even in my head. So it's gonna be defense is gonna be Bellerin, Pablo Mari, David Luiz, and Tierney.
I agree.
What about yourself?
Who's your centre backs?
Pablo
Luiz
Mari
and
and David Luiz
against
feel
Man
like-
City.
against Man City. Yes.
If he's fit, I think he'll play Mustafi.
Yeah.
I don't
You
want
lot are
him.
right, man. Mustafi was doing all right. Listen, he was doing all right before he got injured again. He was doing all right, man. Do you know what? He's not a bad. I'm gonna get some slack for this, right? But he is not. He's a confidence player, which is not always a good thing. Yeah,
He's a confidence player. You know, when he plays, it gives you
He'll kill your
confidence.
confidence. Yeah, is that what you're gonna say? He'll kill your confidence. Yeah. Listen, he's not that bad. I actually don't think he's that bad.
Soon as he's in the starting lineup, Pep Guardiola is going to say, "I've got a lot of confidence."
Guys,
I'd
don't
have
forget.
Mustafi over Socrates as well. I don't rate
Mustafi over Socrates? No, Socrates is done, man. We know it. Socrates is on his way out. Arteta basically told us that he's going to use him as a backup right back from now on. He's not going to even be using him as a starter, as centre
He
back.
should never have even been at the club. 20-odd mil for that.
Akini, how is Mari and Mustafi best suited? How?
Mari's another shit player.
We've never seen Mari for one, and Mustafi.
I watched him live that West Ham game. He made one mistake, but the rest of the game he was flawless.
West Ham just about attached, man.
How old is Mari again?
How old is Man City away, though, isn't it?
I forget. I'll check.
It's a different level at home compared to Man City away.
It wasn't West Ham anyway. Was it Portsmouth? He played his first game, didn't he?
No, the first game in the Premier League was versus West Ham. Remember?
Yeah, but he played Portsmouth before that, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his first game.
You know what?
Pablo Mari's 26, 93, baby.
So he's a 26-year-old, never played top tier football, right?
He's gonna turn
But
27.
he's the answer to all our prayers, yeah? You might as well stick fucking Zach Medley in defence, mate. You might as well stick it, honestly. This is what, do you know what? Yeah, this is what winds me up about this club, man. They're signing 10 million for crap. You may as well invest in your kids. At least they know what the club is about a bit. Yeah, right, mate. It's got to be Mustafi and David Luiz on their day. Yeah, they can have an amazing game. We might get a 0-0. They might miss a penalty. We might get a 0-0. On a bad day, we're going to lose 5-0, which probably is going to happen anyway. So
we've been down the Mustafi route, man. You can't have Mustafi.
Who are you going to put in?
What about this argument?
I'll go Mari. I'll go Mari and what's his name? Mari.
What about this point? He's our only left-sided center back that actually plays has a left foot. Because they're saying the way they play, you need a left-footed center back to make the correct passes into the midfield.
I disagree.
Mate, if you got, I disagree as well.
You're a central defender, you're left.
Unless you're running down the wing, it doesn't matter what foot you play with. You know,
there's a lot of talk about this left-footed centre back. You think about
that means shit. That means shit. Unless you're a winger or fullback, it doesn't matter what foot you play with.
No, I agree with it. You don't need to have this whole. He has to play with a left foot. You think about the defences that we've had before: Adams, Campbell, Keown, Bolt. None of these are left-footed. None of them.
That's where they are. That's where they are. So I was asking my headphones on.
Yeah. No, he's asking where your new Beats headphones are.
I wonder if you'll even play.
The shop is shut.
Say it again?
I think he might even potentially play 3 at the back away at Man City. 3 central and then the 2 wing backs.
Hey guys, we're gonna be wrapping up though. Any closing remarks you guys got to say? Predictions?
Wrap it up like Durex, mate.
Crazy Gunnar.
I think we're going to finish 5th.
Confidence.
I just got a feeling we're going to sneak it. Because they're no fans, and I think they're going to bottle less games. I think we're going to sneak it.
Sonny?
I think about 7th.
7th?
Well,
Okay.
I think it's going to be worst season of football ever going. They should have scrapped it because it's not a spectacle. And you know what? Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Seriously, I've got no interest in it at all.
Sonny, man, no, nothing to cheer up the people?
No. You know what? When you lot start seeing Arsenal lose behind closed doors as well, don't come crying to me.
Hey guys, I'm a Crazy Gunnar. I feel like we can do it, but to be realistic, I think the best we're gonna get is probably 6th or 6th place. I don't think we're gonna get 5th. But hey,
man, we're gonna get 5th, yeah, but we ain't gonna get Champions League because Man City's Champions League gonna be delayed till next season because of COVID. So,
oh man.
Troy, I'm bored.
Right,
It's boring. It's boring. But
You
you know what?
this season off, you know.
All right, man, guys.
I didn't realise how bored I was until I saw that Charlton game, and that made me even more bored. To be honest with you.
Oh man, I should have put a smile on people's faces, but I don't know. Anyways, we're done. Sonny, what do you got to say to the people?
Guys, please subscribe, like, share. We're the only realistic channel out here, and come on a podcast because it can all be about you. And take it away. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham. 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 And we're going to get